What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Understanding the Reason. My name is Jerome Majette. I am so excited for today's lesson. We're just going to dive right in there. But before we do, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you take us up on offer to pick up our merchandise or our book, Understanding the Reason God Made Man, What Made Him Do It, please send me a selfie over on my Facebook Messenger, and I will shout you out at the end of my videos. Also, please stick around because we got somebody special that we like to show our love to, and we want you to help us celebrate them, okay? All right, cool. So we've been talking about some good stuff, man. We're in pursuit of understanding why are we here. We already been taught, I say it almost every time, God is a spirit. That means he's eternal. So if we suggest, like we are very strongly, that God, the supreme being, the supreme and intellectual being, created the entire universe, right? If we suggest that, why would he do that? He's eternal. Why would he create physical temporary matter? So we've been in pursuit of these three questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? And what happens next? And so we're getting very, very close to answering that, man. I mean, it's been just phenomenal. Our last video, we were talking about the importance of the seed principle and how the seed principle was being enacted upon. And we're literally talking about the days of creation, actually, as it is narrated in Genesis, right? So we talked about day one, God introduced light. Day two, God separated the waters and helped create our water supply and how our water supply refreshes itself. And we said that in order for the seed principle to actually work, you got to have light, you got to have water, and then on the second day, he exposed the dry ground. So you got to have the ground, you got to have the dirt, right? This is, come on, man. This is not religious. It's scientific. It's scientific. So if you took a seed and you planted it in the ground, you got it, and it got adequate moisture, it got adequate light, something special is going to happen, right? It's going to produce fruit. And that's what happened on day one, day two, and now we're going to talk about day three. All right. So our foundational scripture for day three is found in Genesis chapter 1, verses 11 through 13. And I'm just going to read it, okay? Also, if you have my book, please follow along. And please don't forget to take your notes. Take your notes, man. Them notes are very important. All right, so let's go. And God said, let the earth put forth tender vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees yielding fruit, whose seed is in itself, each according to its own kind upon the earth. And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kinds, and trees bearing fruit, in which was their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good, and he approved it. And there was evening, and there was morning, a third day. Oh, man. So right here, what we're looking at right here is the culmination, the actual bringing together those elements that we talked about just a few moments ago. The light, the ground, the water, right? And God called forth tender vegetation, vegetation yielding seed, and fruit trees yielding fruit whose seed is in itself. That's created under the law of reciprocity, which mandates the seed principle. This is very, very important to understand because guess what? We are the results of seed, every last one of us, right? So on day three of creation, we still see in operation this thing happening, this process happening every single day. So we've been reading through my book. And so let's get in there. I'm just going to read some excerpts from the book, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? Also, leave your comments down below, and let me know what you think, okay? Very important. I appreciate you guys. So on day three, God introduced the seed principle through the law of reciprocity, as identified in all of our videos that we've been talking about. If you want to go check us out, in all of our videos that we've been talking about, we've been bringing up this law of reciprocity. This law mandates that everything has seed in it to reproduce its own kind. That's how we know we are not from apes. Different seed, right? Because look, if this process, and this is my thought process, if this process, which was started on day 3 of creation, is true, then, or not true, let's say evolution is the deal, right? If evolution is the real deal, then men will be coming from apes even today. Why? Because there's nothing new under the sun, and this law says everything produces after its own kind. That's why I can say without any doubt that we didn't come from apes. Different seed. Ape seed produces apes, right? Grape seeds don't produce grapefruit. They produce what? Grapes. That's been true ever since day 3. Come on, man. So that's why listen, I'm all about the truth. I want to know what's real, what's true, and all that. So let's keep going. So this whole thing, what is the seed? This seed that everything produces after its own kind, whose seed is in itself. The seed that we're speaking about is DNA. The DNA. DNA is the genetic profile of every kind, of each kind, according to its own kind, right? The DNA is the instruction manual, the blueprint for that particular kind. Now, that was actually isolated by a Swiss physician named Dr. Friedrich Miescher in 1869. Its DNA is widely among the scientific community, and believe me, I'm not a scientist. I just observe what they write and really, dig into it. And that's what caused me to spend 18 years reading scripture, digesting, scientific data to see, okay, how does it all work, right? So DNA is known as the seed of life. Man, look, that right there, that says it all for me. I don't know about you. That's evidence that this day 3 actually did happen, right? And that the scriptures told us about this. Wait, I'm talking, man, thousands of years before scientists actually confirmed that this is the real thing. So it makes you wonder, how did Moses know that? He was the one responsible for this narrative account, right? The 6 days of creation, leading up from day 1, leading up to the creation of mankind, us, right? So what we're looking to do is find out, look, why are we here? Who are we, first of all? Why are we here? What is our purpose and what happens next, right? And so the scriptures already gave us that. That's the part I want to get. Oh, man, I want to get that across so bad, man. So let's keep reading. So take this thought into account for a moment. According to the scriptures, God banished the devil and his followers to the place of the dead, right? Where everything eventually dies. Understanding his enemy's motive, God foreknew death would overtake the world through sin. Sin is the violation of divine law. As we will discuss, the reason for this law of reciprocity is, in time, you have a beginning and you have an ending, right? Everything in this environment dies. So what DNA does, and let me read this to you guys. What DNA does is it gives each species the ability to pass along the genetic material and data to propagate its kind in the earth, due to the fact that everything on this planet is temporal. Everything in the physical world is temporal. That's what we've been talking about. Man, we're going to get deeper into this third day. Man, I hope that you guys are getting something from this. Please pick up your copy of Understanding the Reason God Made Man, What Made Him Do It. If you do, send us I mean, man, I'm over on Facebook. Send me a picture on my messenger, and please stick around so you can see what we do with that picture. We're going to celebrate those who really, really dig what we're doing and want to support, okay? So we appreciate you for sticking around. Come back, bring a friend. Thank you again. We love you. God bless you. Peace.